What's up guys, and welcome back to another NBA video. Last time I recorded a video like this, it was a year and a half ago, I believe. But anyways, in today's video, we have LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Who is the true GOAT and who will win in an actual standoff in basketball? Let's start off with LeBron James, and we're going to be doing three-pointers in today's video too. So three-pointers, LeBron James usually actually scored a 96% chance of hitting the three-pointer, which would make him having a slightly higher chance of hitting the three-pointer than Michael Jordan. LeBron James puts more aggressiveness into his three-pointers. He doesn't really think before he shoots. He kind of just shoots. He doesn't think if that person's right by him. He doesn't try moving. He doesn't try to get out of the way. He doesn't try to go into a more shot that is more consistent in three-pointers. He just shoots the ball if it's in his hand. That's kind of why he's an aggressive player. If somebody's right by him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't think the person's going to smack the ball out of his hand because that really never happened to him before. So that's why he's such an aggressive player when it comes to hitting three-pointers and dunks and layups. He doesn't think before he shoots the ball. You could just clearly tell that he's more of an aggressive person that pushes through the entire army with just an entire ball in his hand and expects to make it every time. And he usually does. Like I just said, he has a 90% accuracy in three-pointers, which is actually really good. I mean, it topples people like Shaquille O'Neal that have a 48% chance at hitting the three-pointers. So it's very good, the fact that he has this insane three-point advantage. Also, it's way higher than Michael Jordan's three-point advantage. Michael Jordan does have a lot of good clips of him hitting insane deep three-pointers, but it's nothing compared to LeBron James' casual throwing. He's an aggressive player, and like I just said, that kind of is his entire ego. You could be Shaquille O'Neal, one of the best defenders of all time, and stand right by him, and literally still he will make it. It doesn't matter who is defending LeBron James. He is a power dog, and he will still make every three-pointer he tries to go for. The only times he can never make a three-pointer is when somebody like, I don't know, I guess we could say Shaquille O'Neal. If somebody like that is trying to cover him all the time and really not getting off his ass, it's very hard for him to hit a consistent shot just because his height is extremely low at that point. And, well, Shaquille O'Neal probably could just smack the ball out of his hand at that point. Let's go over to LeBron James now. Or Michael Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan in his three-pointers is much slower than LeBron James. He doesn't really go for it right away. He's one of the more slower characters when it comes to hitting the three-pointer, just because he necessarily uses a different forearm too while he's at it, and just a complete different form than LeBron James uses. He maybe takes a good 2 seconds just to shoot the ball, so that's one of his downfalls in here too, just because if it takes him 2 seconds to shoot a ball, and if LeBron James is just defending him, I'm sorry, but I don't think he's going to be able to make that. I'm not saying his three-pointing is bad. I'm just saying there's really no clips to go on that prove that he's good at three-pointing. Not to mention his accuracy in three-points are actually 89%, which is not bad at all, but it's definitely nothing compared to LeBron James. Which is why I'm just going to have to put him very low on that type of, list, because yes, he might be a decent three-pointer, but it's nothing compared to people like Stephen Curry. And, well, Stephen Curry, he definitely has a lot of stuff. Stephen Curry, he's very good at three-pointing. But when it comes down to it, he's way more better than Michael Jordan and LeBron James combined in three-pointing. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to give this one to LeBron James just because he's way better at three-pointing and he has a way better accuracy, and he usually hits more three-pointers than Michael Jordan hits on a daily game. Now let's start off with dunks, alright? Michael Jordan is a very precise player when it comes to hitting dunks. He doesn't really mess up or miss. He's a guy that goes in with full energy and is always going to hit it. Michael Jordan is a more consistent player when it comes to dunks and has a 99% accuracy in dunks. Not to mention, he has won a lot more dunk contests than LeBron James has. and easily has a good winning percentage when it comes to dunks. So I have to give this one to Michael Jordan, but let's just put somebody else here too. Now, Michael Jordan is very good, I'm not gonna lie, in dunking, but he's also very slow when he tries dunking. He jumps up in the air and stays there for about 2 seconds. That causes him to easily get the ball taken out of his hands sometimes, but it doesn't really matter because he still, most of the time, like I just said, has a 98% accuracy in hitting dunks. So still, I see that he's slightly better than LeBron James in dunks. LeBron James is definitely the aggressor of dunks, but I would say that Michael Jordan is more of the person that has a lot more, how do I say it, swiftness in dunks and a lot more cooler when he hits a dunk. Now, LeBron James in dunks. Let's just look at this guy for a second. LeBron James has a 98% accuracy in dunks and usually tends to hit them a lot more than, well, every player almost in NBA. The guy is an aggressor in dunks, and I could just say if you're in front of him, he is going to fucking make you look like a broken chess piece. If you are in front of him, you're not going to get away. Alright, he's definitely more aggressive than Michael Jordan is in three-pointers. He's definitely more aggressive in three-pointers. And I would say that he's probably one of the best dunkers of all time. So I'm just going to have to say that I do agree to people that say that LeBron James is obviously a more greater dunker when it comes to being aggressive. But I'm going to have to give this one to Michael Jordan just because he's more consistent with dunks and usually has a higher percentage chance of actually hitting a dunk. Unlike LeBron James, which he just jumps over somebody and could really trip. So he has way better percentage of actually hitting a dunk than LeBron James has ever had his entire life. And I'm not saying LeBron James is bad in dunks. I'm just saying when it comes down to it, he's not exactly the consistent player with dunks. He usually does tend to hit dunks more than three-pointers. Doesn't mean he hits it more than Michael Jordan, which is his main move. Now let's go off now to layups. Well, layups is actually LeBron James' main move, and it's a move that he tends to actually go for most of the time in the playoffs, or when he's just going against somebody like the Los Angeles Lakers, or just somebody big. He tends to always go for layups because he knows it's his #1 move, and he's never gonna miss that. Now, he tends to have a 99% accuracy when it comes to layups, and usually will destroy you if you are in front of him, which is one of the biggest things inside this match. Michael Jordan is extremely small compared to people like LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal. And if this guy that is way bigger than him and obviously built more athletically than him, he is going to crush him if he's in front of him. So I'm going to have to give him a 99% accuracy in layups just because he does have a 99% accuracy. And he usually tends to hit it more consistent than Michael Jordan. And he could just do a whole bunch of crossovers while he's right by him. And he's definitely way better at juking, much faster, much athletic than Michael Jordan. So I'm just going to have to say that when it comes down to it, layups, this guy tends to bring the heat to the table. And he's definitely aggressive while he's trying to hit a layup. So obviously this round is going to have to go to, well, LeBron James. But let's just talk about Michael Jordan for a second. Michael Jordan hitting layups is a lot more, how do I say it, inconsistent. He has a 96% chance of hitting the entire layup, which is not bad and all, but he's nothing compared to LeBron James in layups. Definitely not as athletic build as him, so I'm just going to have to give this one automatically to LeBron James. He has done some incredible stuff, but really, there's no question about it. LeBron James is the king of layups, and, well, Michael Jordan is the king of dunks. So there's a complete difference right there. Now let's go over to defense. Well, Michael Jordan in defense is a lot more, how do I say it, consistent. He actually has an accuracy in defense of 98%, so his defense is extremely good. Not to mention, this guy has crossover people like Shaquille O'Neal before, and took in the ball out of Shaquille O'Neal's hand before, and actually grabbed the ball out of LeBron James' hand. So it's actually pretty fair just to state that he's clearly very good at defense. he usually tends to destroy somebody if you're right by the hoop, and if he's really trying to take the ball from your hand, he's going to grab the ball from your hand. No question about it. This guy is extremely tall for a basketball player too. So if he's just right by you and you're trying to come after him and you're trying to make a dunk or something like that, my guy's gonna like pass through you like you're like a piece of cake or something like that. So definitely do not try to defend him or do not try to make a dunk, because it's gonna be very hard to even land a dunk when this type of guy that's a keen in defense is blocking you. So yes, he tends to have a 98% accuracy in defense and has destroyed people like Shaquille O'Neal in defense and even LeBron James at a point. No, guys, I don't know how much times I need to say this, but LeBron James is definitely more aggressive than Michael Jordan in every way of basketball. There's nothing he's not less aggressive at than Michael Jordan is not. So let's just automatically say that my man Michael Jordan wins this entire round right here. But I'm also going to have to uncount LeBron James. He has smacked the ball out of people's hands like it's nothing, including the likes of Stephen Curry, and even one time I'm pretty sure grabbed the ball out of Michael Jordan's hand, and also Shaquille O'Neal. He actually has more points than Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal almost combined. So it's a lot of stuff, you know. Michael Jordan is definitely the best defender of all time. Not when it comes to his size, of course, but otherwise he's one of the best defenders of all time. LeBron James, not so much. Sure, he's done some crazy stuff and has jumped a lot higher when he tries to defend somebody, and is a lot more of a guarder than, well, Michael Jordan at points. That doesn't necessarily mean he's more better at defending, just means he's more aggressive in defending. And that's nothing compared to somebody that's going to swift against you and juke you out 15 times in a row. So let's just say this. Who do you guys think wins? Because I can't really say, because it's kind of hard. I mean, sure, Michael Jordan might be better than LeBron James in dunking, but LeBron James is better in three-pointing and the layups. And almost, of course, defending. But I'm going to have to give this one to none of them. It's going to have to be a tie, because really it cannot be chosen by anything. They both have two entire big scores. LeBron James is less better than Michael Jordan in defending and dunks, when LeBron James is bigger in three-pointing and obviously layups. So we're just gonna have to account for which of these moves are going to be more important in this entire match. Well, let's start off with LeBron James. His insane athletic build will allow him to move through almost all of Michael Jordan's moves like it's nothing, and will easily hit the ball out of his hand if Michael Jordan is not twisted around like a damn rabbit. Now, Michael Jordan would simply do his best move, or let's say his best juke. He's a guy that moves around a lot in basketball and tends to move around more than LeBron James in basketball, when otherwise LeBron James is usually just tacking towards somebody and hits it out of their hand automatically. Now, LeBron James has shown me that he's way better in athletic build, alright? He's a way better athletic built person. And in this case, he could simply just smack the ball out of his hand if he's trying to hit a dunk. I'm not saying he won't hit a dunk. He's hit a dunk on Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just saying LeBron James has that mentality and is much more aggressive than Shaquille O'Neal when it comes to defending. So he's not going to give up just because this guy passed him or something like that. He's just going to simply smack it out of his hand. Now, three-pointing, like I just said, he doesn't really think before he hits a three-pointer. He just kind of goes for it, and, well, most of the time has a 98% of hitting it. So I'm just going to have to automatically say there's no way in hell that he's going to miss trying to hit a three-pointer, even against Michael Jordan. Layups, he still wins. Layups, he's going to tend to hit them most of the time, too. Not even Michael Jordan's best defense has anything against this. And he will definitely not be able to do anything while this 6'10" guy is charging at him full speed. Doesn't care if he drops him. Just going to knock him down, alright? Just literally going to knock him down. So yes, I'm gonna have to give this entire round and this entire match and the entire fucking world championship to LeBron James. LeBron James automatically wins when it comes down to it. He's kind of like the new generation, so he's gonna win. He's more skilled in every way, more athletic in every way, so it's just insane if he doesn't win. Overall, I give Michael Jordan a 92 overall, and I give LeBron James a 98. So yeah, guys, peace.